Hi, my name is Cannon Winkler, and you're watching Sales Fast Track.
In this video, we're going to take a step back and talk about business as a whole. You'll learn about a concept called the break-even graph, so that in a later video, we can show you the role that sales plays in the larger organization. Let's get started. Today, we're going to start a business together. Let's say that you and I open up a craft brewery right here in Tucson, and we want a simple way to understand our cost structure. Enter the break-even graph. First off, we'll draw our axes and label them. On the vertical axis, we have money, and on the horizontal, we have the number of units sold. If we graph our revenue, the more beers we sell, the more money we make, so we end up with a line that looks like this. Then, right under revenue, we have cost of goods sold, or variable cost. This is essentially the cost associated with making one beer, like raw materials or packaging, and it's represented by the shaded area between revenue and cost of goods sold. But those aren't the only costs that we have in our brewery. We also have expenses like rent, utilities, and salaries, which stay constant regardless of how many beers we sell. These are our fixed costs, and they're represented by this flat line here. Now that we have our costs in place, we can use this graph to see a number of things. The break-even point is when a business brings in just enough money to cover its variable and fixed costs, but no more. For our brewery, this happens right where our revenue and cost of goods sold rise above our fixed costs. At this point, we've sold enough beers to pay for our cost of goods sold and things like rent and salaries, but afterwards, our net income is zero. On a less simplified graph, you'd be able to determine the numbers associated with this. For example, we might sell 100 beers or make $500 to break even. Gross profit is determined by subtracting our cost of goods sold from our revenue. This is the amount of money we have to cover all of our other expenses. On this graph, you can see gross profit as the space below cost of goods sold. Finally, we can also see our pre-tax profit. This is the money we have left over after paying both our variable and our fixed costs. This is shown as the space between fixed costs and cost of goods sold. Now we have a simple way to display the cost structure of our brewery. In the next video, we'll show you how sales plays into the larger organization and how to think of it on the break-even graph.
We hope you learned something in this video, and we'll catch you next time on Sales Fast Track.